Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. A YouTuber on the rise, reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long Boys Bros 1975.
This is Cabal on the Atari ST. It was released by Ocean in 1989, also released on the Amiga, the ZX Spectrum, the Commodore 64 and the Amstrad CPC. I have a gameplay of it on the Spectrum, Commodore and Amstrad, and they're all pretty good ports. There's also a version on the NES which is nothing, I believe, to do with Ocean. I've played this on the Amiga. I may or may not have made the video live at the time I play this, and it plays like an absolute bag of spanners. But that might be to do with the fact that it's running on my Super Console X, whereas this one seems to play alright. And I have a soft spot for this because I played it in an arcade I always talk about back in the day in Westwood Ho, released in the arcades in 1988 by TAD Corporation. So let's get into this. Right, Cabal obviously is a group of individuals united in a cause, such as freedom fighters, or I guess you could argue terrorists. Right, so number of screens, you have to clear a number of screens, then the end screen, so it's like the fifth screen will be a boss. It will show you that when we press one player. So there you go, 4 screens and then a boss will be on the last one. 4 screens for one level. My life, health is top left. Enemy, which is the number of enemies you have to kill, is in the middle at the top of the screen, which is conveniently a gauge, just like real warfare. If I hold far down and then press down, I lob my nades, which is particularly useful because that didn't seem to work in the Amiga version. However, it does mean I do throw them a bit Harry Clappers. Now, it's not the greatest of sound effects. It is a pretty decent representation of the arcade. I would say its colours aren't as nice. It certainly doesn't have as many bad guys, which I will take. If I press down and right, I roll. If I press down and left, guess what happens in the other direction? Obviously, everything is destructible. I'm pretty sure you know that if you played Cabal, well, or watched any of my videos on it. It's unique. I mean, I can't remember how many sort of crosshair shooters there were at the time. There are a lot more afterwards, and probably by TAD Corporation themselves. But yeah, there's a charm to it, probably because I played it in the arcades back in the day in Westwood Ho, and obviously not just did we have it on the Spectrum, but initially, it's a bit weird to aim your grenades, but yeah, but initially we had that one-player demo. Pretty sure it's Special Effects who did it on the 8-bits. Bigger gun means bigger crosshair, means bigger prizes. Such is death. So, as I always like to say, it doesn't pop as much as the arcade. Having fire or grenades on a one-button system doesn't work when you could have easily just had me tap the space bar. Or released a machine in 1986 or 85, whenever the Atari ST came out, that had the option for 2 buttons. I mean, you went to all that effort to make it 16-bit, and you gave it one fire button. This is a trained ROM, which I'm starting to regret that I didn't use. I think I'm out of grenades. But anyway, if I liked this in the arcades, I would have been more than happy than this, because it's clearly, you know, does exactly what it says on the tin. It's a port of Cabal. Lack of colours or not, you would know what you're playing. I like the fact that that bush can take more of a kick in than the buildings. Look, Bill Oddie would be proud. Out of grenades. Got to take the tank down the old-fashioned way. Harsh language. And insults about its mother. So, like I said, I don't know if it's an emulation thing, I don't know if it's running too fast. It certainly ran too fast when I tried to run it on my A500 Mini, but bloody everything tries to run too fast on that. But this plays better than the Amiga version I have played. I have an unlisted gameplay of it, or maybe it's listed, I don't know. But this is a lot more slow and steady wins the day, as opposed to everything's going mental, my controls aren't doing fuck all that I want them to, but dying's quite easy. Right, our gauge is almost done. As on my lives, I might reboot it and hack it That's a very convenient war gauge. Does he have a little dance? Go on. Yes, he does. Sure, he can't move like that from left to right when we're fighting the enemy, innit? So yeah, this is pretty good. I like this. I would say I prefer the ZX Spectrum, but that's probably because of the amount of nostalgia I have for it growing up with it, which is slightly more than the arcade. But this is a Jim Dandy port. Certainly better than the NES version, but then I would Coco on a 16-bit. Why have they got potato mashers? I don't want points. Points don't win prizes. I want fucking cold hard upgrades. Also, is there any real benefit to destroying the stuff? Because they all essentially leg it into the middle of the screen anyway. I mean, obviously there's a benefit for me to stay here. And I don't want to shoot my cover. And it's clearly designed to be played by 2 players. Because the sheer amount of stuff, well, not up there with the arcade, that comes out, oh, hang on the screen, is insane. Oh, he shot my wall. I need Charlie Dimmock, sorry. Any of the Ground Force people, build me a wall. It's bulletproof, motherfuckers. It is a nice effect though when you blow shit up, I'm not gonna lie. Grenades. But when I'm crouched, which it seems to want to do a lot... Oh, helicopter. Is that a humming? Yeah, why are they easier to destroy than tanks? When I'm crouched, then automatically you lob grenades really limp-handed. Obviously you can move around. But you fire sporadically at best. Right. Let's reboot this and put trainers on. I'm assuming they're going to be infinite lives. You had one job, trainer, one job, and you fucked it up. So I guess we have to do this the old-fashioned way, in which case you're not going to see much more of this game. First world problems. Right, F1. Skip to the end. Yeah, so trainers fuck up the controls. And why is my grenade going mental? Yoink. Okay, so it's turned into the Amiga version and my grenade's just making a break for world glory and stuff. Should probably, yeah, save this gun for the tank. Again, if this isn't World War II, why have they got potato mashers? And I don't mean a little bit after World War II. We're in the 80s at this point. Oh, it's a little difficult to see the enemy fire. I'm not going to lie. Seriously, why didn't you make fucking grenades space, game? It ain't rocket science, is it? Yeah, so clearly it was above so many people back in the day when they were programming games that only had one fucking fire button. You all would have been sacked in my company, just saying. For crimes against gameplay. Oh. Also, why are the bushes bulletproof again? And where's the bird this feather came from? It's satisfying though. When you get into just the right zone, that's my wall, you bastard. And you just mow loads of them down, like up here. It's super satisfying. Also, it helps that they're all dumb bastards. But it's the 80s. It was an action movie trope. Where's my convenient war grade? Yeah, not much longer. That is handy, isn't it? A bar to let you know how well you're doing in your combat situation. Do the dance. It does lose points for music, I'm not going to lie. And it does ramp up the difficulty quite quickly. Fighting the helicopter, because I have done that on the 16 bits, is a bastard. The tanks aren't particularly, chummy either. Do you get more points on your war bar for shooting the tanks than you do people? Oh, that was close. Yoink. Because look how many there are. Oh, I wasn't looking, I was just looking at the tank, because there are so many of them. Right. So you can kind of run, but it's best just to stand there, hold your ground, lock the door, and hope they don't have blasters. Seriously, with the tanks. I saw you. So, do you know what? Shit controls aside, because obviously I want a grenade button, because I will be doing so much better with it. Well, I wouldn't, but I might be doing a little better. I want that. But it's decent representation. It's a really decent representation. It's a really big shoe, point of the quote, of the arcade. Flatten machine gun noises and all. Would you get slowdown on a one-screen game? Your points, they mean nothing to me. Oh, come on. Our war bar's almost full. I threw a grenade. It did nothing. Look at it. Why are you not dead? Thank you. And they all take a communal cyanide pill, apparently. Do the dance. I'm going to assume, while this is running better than the Amiga version does on this system, that that's just a port of this. And it does have far better music. Hey, look at the gates. Attention to detail. I like. But yeah, it has better sound effects than this as well. But you know, first world Atari ST problems. But I'm quite impressed with this. Just wish it had 2-button control. It would have made such a difference. I wish also you could shoot your objects to pick them up, but let's be honest, the grenades, they do nothing. Oh, there you go. Actually, so what I said, does it really need to shoot stuff? Well, it frees up a massive amount of real estate at the top left-hand corner for me to shoot Jerry, because I've just decided I'm going to call him Jerry. Oh, medics. I'm assuming I lose for shooting them. I mean, I'm not going to lose any sleep. Ooh, look at him rolling around. Oh, he's got a pitch. Look how much he's ramped up, mind. Fuck you. Hey! It rewards you for shooting the good guys. The innocents, I should say. I'm all kinds of down with that. Yoink. Oh, look at this. If only I could throw them. If only they did something useful. How can you balls up that? I know I keep saying it, but seriously. Did they not play it and just go, yeah, this trying to use grenades with one button? It's fucking awful. We should probably use space. Nah, fuck it, the kids won't care. Especially retrospectively in the future, many years from now. Also, I find rolling to do fuck all, which is why I've not been rolling, in case you wondered. See? It should make you immune. Come on. Thank you. Do the dance. I like the fact he has to wait first. Check he's got an audience. So after this is the boss. Oh, look at this. I do believe we're experiencing slowdown. Also, yeah, the music's on the smallest fucking loop ever. Seriously. So I just keep carving them out on the right and stop them getting too close on the left, and then they won't shoot me. I sincerely doubt it. But it seems to be working so far. And my war bar is appreciative. I'm going to go out on a limb. Oh, I say limb here and then say shooting the truck is not necessarily where you should be at. Look at that last chunk or rear end of the plane. I'm going to put out its misery. No, I'm not. It won't let me. So it's not a perfect port of what's essentially not a perfect arcade game, even though I have nostalgia for it. The music's shite. It completely lets you down on the fact that you don't have a secondary button to use your grenades with, which you just could have done on the keyboard. Other than that, it's a pretty bang-up port of Cabal. Anyways, always a lovely one thing, especially, oh, and the trainers don't work. Especially if you played this back in the day, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.